And away we go. Right, starting off on the mat then, frogs. So coming down onto all fours, go wide through the knees, up cat, and then slightly wider with the feet if we can, and then rocking forwards and back from there. Usual story, keep the tailbone lifted to the sky, try not to tuck under. Nice and gentle to start with. Rocking forwards and back, and then coming down onto the elbows. Same thing, forward and back. Tail lifted. Easy away. The first thing on a Monday morning. Cat's chewing my leg. Come back up onto you. You are shit. Bugger off. Come back up onto your hands, and then we'll add in the rotation of the leg. So as you rock forward, you're going to turn the knee down into the floor and pick up your foot towards your shoulder. So if you're doing left, it's left foot turns up towards the shoulder and then drops back down. And it's the rotation at the hip joint that you're after. So I'm not just lifting, I'm rotating the hip downwards. And you can make that a little bit bigger. You can turn to look over your shoulder at your foot. It puts a little bit of rotation through the body as well, but make sure that's controlled. Or you can just keep it nice and pure. Just turning the knee down into the floor and lifting the foot as you rock forward. A couple more. And then same again, come down onto the elbows and pick up the foot as you rock forward. So just changing the angle as you mobilize the hips. Last couple. And last one. And then we're going to turn straight onto our stomach with a bit of shoulder mobility. Let me kick the cat off my mat. So straight, arms straight out to the side, usual story. Use the opposite hand to push you over. And you take top knee towards the ceiling, or pointing towards the ceiling, I should say. And just pause there and breathe. And then rolling back through, opposite arm out to the side, roll over. And you're making sure as best you can to try and keep the front of the shoulder away from the mat. It probably will be touching the mat, but you want it to be actively pulling away rather than just collapsing. And then a little bit quicker, going to roll from side to side. So switching sides. Bloody cat. Rolling from side to side. Just mobilizing through the shoulders. Couple more. And then coming onto your front, I'm going to do the shoulder mobility we did last week. So you're going to take both hands, palms up, stacked one on top of the other, on top of your lower back, and let your elbows pull down towards the mat. From there, you're going to pick the elbows up towards the ceiling, so you're opening out the chest, and then pick the arms up off your body and swing them around and out overhead. And when you get overhead this time, I want you to turn thumbs up, so thumbs to the sky, and you're going to lift your thumbs up towards the ceiling. So you're really opening out the shoulders, in front of the shoulders. So lift the thumbs up as high as they'll go. And then swim the arms back nice and wide, big circle, all the way back round till your palms up on your lower back again. And then relax the shoulder, the elbows down towards the mat. So elbows towards the mat, pick the elbows up nice and high, pick the hands up, swim them all the way around, out overhead, thumbs up towards the ceiling, and then lift as high as you can without your lower back getting involved. So the movement is coming just from the shoulders. Lift and hold, 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 and then swim the arms back around, big, 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 big circle, until your palms up again on the lower back, and then elbows towards the mat. One more time, elbows up, hands up, swim them around, thumbs up, and then lift. Lift as high as you can, and you hold, and then swim the arms all the way back round, and release the elbows down towards the mat. So from there, taking the arms out overhead again, this time they're touching the floor. You're going to bring the soles of the feet together. So you're going to go wide, a bit like your frogs. Soles of the feet together, wide knees. And then from there, press the soles of the feet together, and you're going to lift your knees up off the floor. So glute exercise, prone frog. Yeah, so squeezing the soles of the feet together, lift the thighs up, and then release back down. Lift the thighs up and release back down. Now, much as we were doing last week when we had the legs out long, and I was getting you to reach the legs away to lift, I want you to try and find that same sensation of reaching the legs away. You're obviously reaching out through the knees instead of the feet, because your knees are bent. But reach your thigh bones away from your hip sockets. One last time, and then straighten the legs out. And we're going to go, arms and legs are going to lift at the same time. So you're going to reach arms and legs away. Reach, 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 and lift into Superwoman, and release. Go again, reach and lift, and release, and reach and lift, and release. Keep the arms down, bring the soles of the feet back together, knees wide, and back to our frog lift. Press the soles of the feet together as you lift, and lower. We go 3 more, 3, 2, 1, and then again, reaching the arms and legs long, everything lifts, all 4 points, all lift and lower. Reach away and lift and lower. Couple more like this. Last 2. And last one, reaching away and lowering everything back down, and then coming up onto all 4s. Knees under hips, hands under shoulders. I'm going to take it into a clam in this position. So we're lifting the leg out to the side. It's not a big movement. If I can see you kind of coming up here, I know that you've tilted your pelvis. Yeah, and there's no wrong with that, but for today's purpose, we're going to keep the pelvis still. So you need to stay where you are along the lower back and lift the leg out to the side. Lift and lower. So kind of isolating the movement more at the glute rather than letting the lower back get involved. So no rotation through the spine, just lifting and lowering. Two more. And then same leg, take it out to the side. So it's out long. I'm going to take this into a rainbow. So now you're going to get a little bit of movement at the lower back. So you're going to pick that leg up. It's going to make a huge circle, big rainbow shape, and go to pass the other leg. So you kind of twisted, if you like, or your legs are crossed. And then pick it up. Try not to hit the chair. Pick it up and take it all the way right round to the side. So it's right out to the side. Same thing, lift, big arch, and over, lift, big arch, and over. Keep going. All the way over. Last one, bring it back under you, and then we'll switch to the other side. So clams to start with, out to the side, leg bent. Turn around, otherwise I'm not going to have enough space. Nice and easy to start with, stabilizing the spine. Last one, and then same leg, out to the side, get yourself organized. And trick with this is to try and pick it up here where it's heaviest. So you're going to pick it up And then sweep it all the way over and around, and then pick it up and bring it all the way back. As much control as you can manage rather than flinging the leg. So try not to let momentum take over, she says. Last couple. And last one, and bring it back. And then from there, coming back to our clams, but this time, let's take, turn around again. So if you are doing your right leg clams, you're going to take your left arm away. So opposite arm to leg. So you're just having to stabilize now as you lift and lower the leg out to the side. Lift and lower. 3, 2, and last one. And then switching sides. So same thing, opposite arm to the leg that's moving, reaches out in front, and then clams there. Last two, and last one, and release, and you kind of sit back off your wrists for a moment. And then we're going to flip over, a little bit of bridge work, a little bit of core work. So just coming back to normal bridges, no chair, heels comfortably close to your bottom. Let's come up into your normal bridge. So ribs and hips connected. So flattening out the lower back a little bit so you get that straight line at the front as you lift. Shoulders, hips, knees all in one line. Come up into your bridge, squeezing the glutes, and then release back down. Same again, lift and lower. You're really aiming to open out the front of the hip. There should be no work in the lower back. Keep going, lift and lower. It's your basic bridge to start with. Do 3 more. 3, 2, and last one. And then we'll take both legs up to the ceiling. So legs as straight as you can and as up to the ceiling as you can. They might be down a little bit, that's okay. So you're going to take the left leg away from you down towards the floor. Now as that leg comes away, you want to actively pull the other leg towards you. So you split in the legs like scissors. Yeah, bring the left leg back up. And then as the right leg reaches away, the left leg is actively pulling towards you. Lower it down nice and slow and pick it up. Same again on the other side. Steady away, reaching one leg away, the other one pulling towards you, reaching one leg away, the other one pulling towards you. Make sure you breathe in, make sure you're not gritting your teeth. Last 2. Last one. And bend the knees back down. And this time, we're going to go single leg bridge. So whichever leg, bring the other leg into a tabletop or 90-90 position. Push through the heel of the opposite foot to lift the hips up and touch back down. Lift and touch. Lift and touch. Keep going. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switching legs straight into it. Lift and lower. We've got 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Leg straight up into the sky for your scissors. One leg pulls away, one leg pulls towards you. And switch. And switch. Make sure you're breathing. This is where my breath cuts off. That's why I'm banging on about it. I tend to hold my breath. 3. Last 2. Last 1. Bend the knees in, same thing, but this time with your bridges, take your legs a little bit further away, or heels a little bit further away, so you're kind of halfway, a halfway house, if you like. A single leg, same thing, lift and lower. And go 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. And straight into the other side. Lift and lower. 10. Last 3. Last 2. Last one. Legs straight up to the sky, which probably feels nice on the hamstrings. And then stretching one leg away as the other one pulls towards you. Reach and pull at the same time. Last 3. Last 2. And last one. And then bend both knees into the chest, give them a hug. And a wiggle if you need to. And then coming back onto all fours. Organise my top. So back into all fours, toes are tucked under. I'm going to come into our 4-point hover. So hovering the knees off the floor and then rocking back. So sit the bottom towards the heels and then pouncing forward. Foot to heels, pouncing forward. So we're trying to get a little bit more sensation of being springy here. Almost like I'm loading the spring as I sit back and then pouncing forward. That'll work through the front of the thigh, obviously. And go 3. Last 2. Last 1. You get a brief reprieve, put the knees down, sit off your wrists if you need to, give them a wiggle. And then coming straight back to it, hovering the knees. This time I'm going to bring knee to elbow. So right knee to right elbow and back, left knee, left elbow and back. So just switching sides. Kind of a crawling motion, I suppose, with the legs. A lot of weight through the arms. You want the legs to be relatively light. Make sure you're pushing the floor away with the hands. Keep switching sides. Last 2. Last 1. Lower the knees and again, sit back off your wrists if you need to wiggle them, that's fine. Give them a wiggle and a wave. And then straight back to it. So again, knees are going to hover. And this time, when you bring the knee to the elbow, you need to bring it to the outside of the elbow. So essentially what that means is you've got to kind of shift forward. So the knees are hovered. If I go right knee, right elbow, it's not just touching the elbow. I want it to come right to the outside. Like I'm trying to touch my inner thigh to my elbow and back. Inner thigh to elbow and back. So I'm shifting forward to get that knee even further forward and shifting back. One more each side. Last one. And lower the knees again. Come off your wrists for a moment. Wiggle and a wave. Oh. Everybody feeling slightly more awake by any chance? Are we all good? I'm going to take that as a resounding yes, because I can't hear you. Okay, same thing. Tuck the toes under. So we're going to, let's make this a bit bigger. Let's go up into a plank. So let's do faff-free plank. So from all fours, feet are flat to the floor. Pivot over the toes on one side. Pivot over the toes on the other side to come up into our perfect plank. Hold in there. So exactly what we've just done, bringing the knee to the outside of the elbow. So you've got to do the shift. You've got to pull forward as you do that. So if I'm going right knee, right elbow, I want to come as far forward as I can. So I'm holding it just so you can see if you need to, and then shifting back. Left and back. As far forward as you can. Like mountain climbers on steroids. Last one. knee down, and sit back off your wrists again. Oh, got a bit of sweat on. Okay, so side planks with a little bit of rotation. So let's do it on elbow, so we're a bit more stable. And feel free to have your feet staggered, so top foot in front of bottom foot. Makes it a little bit easier. We all there? Yep. So once you're nice and long, pick up the hips. I'm going to take that top arm up to the sky. So your basic side plank to start with. We talked about bringing in some rotation. So you're going to take that top arm, you're going to thread the needle. So you're going to reach through under your own armpit and allow your chest to rotate down towards the floor under control. And then coming back up, reaching the arm to the sky and making sure your chest is pointing forward again. So same thing, reaching under the armpit and then reaching back up to the sky. One more time, reaching through, nice and slow and controlled. Back up to the sky and release the hips down. Same again on the other side. Stagger the legs so you're a little bit more balanced. Get yourself organized, lifting the hips up, reach the arm to the sky. Same thing, thread the needle. And open back out. One last time. And lower the hips. Nicely done. Right, so coming to standing. A little bit of balance work, usual. So we've been working on this idea of the single leg deadlift. And we can play, actually, let's just do it. So reaching one leg behind, piece of steel from head to heel, head and foot move at the same time. So we're going to tip forward, soft knee on the standing leg, and tipping back up. Same again, same side, tip forward, and back up. One more time, tip forward, and back up, and then switching sides. So the other leg reaches behind, nice and lifted through the chest, tip, and back up. Two more, tip, and back up. And last one, tip, and back up. And then we're going to do that to the side. So it's exactly the same. Foot comes out to the side. Now your piece of steel from head to heel in the opposite direction, if you like. That kind of makes sense. You want to tip over. So the only reason my leg is lifting, I'm not lifting my leg, I'm tipping my body and back up. Yeah, tipping on the standing leg. Good, not bad. Right, switch sides. Then we're going to combine the two together. So same thing on the other side, tip and back up. It's kind of, well, it's the same motion, just a different angle at the hip. Great, all right, so we've cracked that. Let's do the two together. So I'm gonna go behind to start with and tip forward. And then without putting the foot down, take it out to the side and tip to the side. Back up, take it behind, tip forward. You know, if you need to put your foot down or your toes down just to give you that bit of balance in between, that's okay. But side, and then forward. Harder than it looks. One more to the side. And one more, tippy forward. Oh, lost it. I'm gonna turn this way. Same thing on the other side. So starting off, tipping forward. Come back up, take the leg to the side slightly and tip sideways. And just work through them. You know, you've got your own pace. This is my side that's slightly less awesome for balance. So I have to go a little bit slower. We're just working into the hips and the glutes. And finishing off there. Variation on lunges. So we'll take these into skaters today. So feet shoulder distance apart. Let's go left leg. You're going to take the left leg behind and right round to the other side. So as far as you can go, crossing your legs like you really need a pee. And then we squat down there. Yeah. So look down at your foot and your knee wants to follow your toes. Doesn't matter which angle your foot's up, as long as your knee is following your toes. Yeah. And then back up from there. Same again on the other side. The foot reaches all the way across. And it doesn't want to be too close. Yeah, you want to take it sort of away from you as well so that you've got room to actually squat down. Same again on the other side. Balance is shot this morning. Shocking balance. Skaters. You're switching from side to side. You can do what you want with the arms. There is like an arm action to go with it, like you are skating. I kind of like keeping the arms out of it so I can focus on what my legs are doing. So switching side to side. And then pause there. I'm going to pick up, let's go right leg, pick up your right leg. I'm going to do lateral toe taps. So as you tap out, you're going to bend the standing leg. So I'm tapping straight leg, toe taps down, standing leg is bent, and then back up to a balance, straighten your leg out. So bend and tap, back up to balance. Bend and tap, back up to balance. Then we're going to combine the two together. So you come back up to your balance, take the leg behind, come into your squat or lunge, come back up to balance, take it out to a tap, up to balance, behind to lunge, up to balance, out to tap. A lot of work for the glutes. Nicely done, switching sides. So straight into it, well, straight into you taps to start with. So bend and tap, back up to balance. Bend and tap, back up. Reach the leg. And then we'll switch, combine the two. So into your lunge, back up to balance, out to tap, balance, etc., etc. Nicely done, Sharptool. Last one, wherever you are with that movement, finishing your balance and rest. And then coming straight down, 2 minutes left, 2 minutes to do our pretzel. Top knee, bottom ankle, pull the bottom leg back, open out. Breathe, pant. Unravel yourself nice and gently. And then we switch to the other side. Same thing, top knee, bottom ankle, pull that bottom leg back. Top shoulder, opening out down to the floor eventually. And breathe. And the heart rate come down. And slowly release. And you are done, my friends. Well done on a Monday morning. Oh, it was very good. How are we doing? Oh, you're welcome, no problem. I'll see you tomorrow.